What's happening, guys? Today I'm going to talk about how much energy and strength you can expect to lose when you start your dieting phase. Alright, I'm going to go on record and say, in the beginning stage of your fat loss phase, you should not expect to see a big decrease in strength and energy. Right? I think a lot of times what happens is people almost talk themselves into it. Right? Most of the time in the beginning stages, you don't really see much of a difference, and especially if you have a lot of weight to lose and if you're not in the healthiest position. A lot of times in the beginning stages of a fat loss phase, you actually feel better. You start to get some of the weight off, you start to get into a better position, and you just start to feel better in general. And it's not until longer down the road that you see these decreases. Well, I think what happens is people go into a fat loss phase and go, okay, it's going to be tough. I'm going to lose my strength. I'm going to lose some energy, and it's going to be a hard thing. And they almost like talk themselves into it. And all of a sudden they feel less energy and feel less strength, even though if they hadn't got into it with that perception, it probably would be a lot different. The mind is very, very powerful. So most of the time, I don't find that people lose much strength or energy until they get deeper into a cut. Once body fat starts to get pretty dang low and they start to make really big changes, or they've been doing it for a really long time, then we start to see some performance decreases, some strength decreases. And a lot of times you have to understand too that strength decreases isn't just you getting weaker, it's just your leverages have changed. So if you're squatting and you used to have a bigger belly that you could bounce off of at the bottom, and now you don't have that anymore, it makes it tougher to squat. So your leverages change as you lose weight. And that can make up for a lot of the reasons why we see to lose strength. But if we're talking about absolute strength, then yeah, your strength decreases. But if you talk about relative strength, so your strength per how much you weigh, that can kind of stay the same or possibly even increase if you're not taking it too fast. All right, so that's kind of one of the big tips for making sure that you maintain your strength and energy as much as possible is don't go too fast. If you see bigger fat loss and you're going over about 1% per week on an average per week, this is when you're going to start risking seeing bigger performance decreases, loss of strength, loss of energy. And if you take it slower, you're going to be able to keep that a little bit more because you're going to have more food, more energy, and more energy supply to give, basically, right? Because if you are taking it slower, you're eating more and doing less activity. So how long really just depends on every single person and how much they have to lose and what their starting position is and how long they have to do it. But don't worry about it in the earlier stages. This is probably not going to be an issue until well down the road. Don't talk yourself into it, right? Make sure that you are in a good spot mentally, and I think you'll find that your performance, your strength, and your energy will stay high until you've been doing it for several months probably. Just thought I'd give you my opinion on that. Any questions, please let me know, and I will talk to you next time.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving.